All right. I'm here with the Brooke Cellars, the director of the Cramps period piece. This is a very strange movie and a very fun movie. What was the antithesis of this?
So I actually grew up with endometriosis for most of my life. And it was undiagnosed for a long time until I had it from a teenager until I was 40. And so it felt like a creature eating me from the inside and took over my life. And I was in so much pain that I didn't really get to live my life. I was a waitress for 20 years, and that's basically what I did, and was just in pain. And so when I finally tried to figure out what was going on in that process, I finally got to start making movies and start being myself and everything. So I wanted to tell that story with my first feature film and how that monster tried to take over my life and everything, and just and the surrealism of it all. And that's what I wanted to do with the Cramps, the a period piece.
Well, I mean, this movie definitely has a particular style to it. I'm thinking like a John Waters or even dare I say Ed Wood at certain points. What were all the influences that inspired this sort of style?
For sure, John Waters, huge John Waters fan. I love how his characters are so bold and unapologetic, and just I love the fact that he can just say whatever the hell he wants to. No apologies necessary at all, ever. And just so everything's so vibrant and raw and everything in the filmmaking process. And also, I didn't want to copy a John Waters movie. I just want to take some of those inspirations and put it into my own. Another director that I truly love is Federico Fellini. I love how his films are so intentional. The production design, the blocking, and like the choreography through it. I wanted to add that into my film, and just the dreamlike of everything in his movies. I like how he created worlds and you're just twilight zoned into them with all the characters, the dialogue, the costumes. Everything has intention. Every detail has intention. And also, The Blob was a big inspiration for sure as horror aspects go. And also, director Mario Bava. I love the macabre of his films, the deep, bold colors, especially like the reds and like stuff like that. Blood and Black Lace. I took a lot from that film, the fashion, the mannequins, the models, and stuff like that, and just the uneasiness of it all. I love how he brings that to the table, and I wanted to blend all of those together into the Cramps.
Also, like speaking of style, the all the actors are dialed in. Like that they all have a similar style. How do you, for lack of a better word, how do you homogenize that within a movie? Because like usually like you get a bunch of different actors that come with different styles and different takes, but like everyone seems to be making the same movie on this one.
I guess my intention was to develop a world with these characters that they speak the same language. They're all characters in this beauty salon, which is a character itself. And so I think we managed that into bringing this world together. And the actors have all, especially the main actors, the Holiday, Teddy, and Laverne, have all worked with me before. So they know how I work and how my worlds go and everything, and like the kind of characters I bring to the table. So I think as far as those main characters, they knew what they were getting into and they knew what I wanted from them, and worked together. Just I guess I wanted to, gosh, what a I don't know why this question is so, it's, geez. I guess when I was talking about when Fellini created his worlds, like everything was intentional, and I think having a world set up and a script set up that is detail oriented and everything brings together the oh gosh, I'm losing. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's
I
fine. I
lost
do that all the
my
time.
train
I'm
of
just happy
thought.
to know I'm not the only one.
But I think having a solid script and a clear intention was like the main cause of it, the
Yeah.
main intention.
And then what, because you do like a just a genre piece, like a normal genre piece, like a comedy or whatever. There's stuff that I can see the pitch and oh yeah, that'd be easy. I can see why how people would just throw money at this, but this seems a little different. This seems like a little harder sell. What was it like getting everything together for this to get the movie made?
It was difficult. It was very difficult because we started off with, basically nothing. We just whatever we had in our own pockets, whatever we had in our own backyards, the people that we knew and everything. We just whoever wanted to make this movie with us, we got them together, especially the crew and stuff. And we had our auditions at the library and just on video and everything. So we did things just very primal and just what we didn't have any investors or anything like that. We raised money through a bit of money through Indiegogo and trying to have a fundraising night showing our short and short films and letting people know where we wanted to go further with our feature. And just there's a lot of friends and family who contributed and everything and helped us along the way. So it was very just a passion project of people wanting to do it, and a lot of us worked for free and we just made it happen however we could, basically.
Yeah.
So
I also see you've done a bunch of shorts, but this is your first feature length, as far as I can tell. Like, what were like if you were to go back, yourself now, talk to yourself before you made this, like what are some challenges that you came across that you could go back and tell your former self, hey, watch out for this. This is gonna be a pain in the butt.
oh gosh, I think the biggest lesson learned was on our short film, The Chills Part 2. So The Chills Part 1 was my first film that I just made for $50 at my house, and I cooked everybody spaghetti. We made it in 8 hours, and I love that film because of the rawness of it. And I wanted to do a second part. Number one, lesson learned. You probably, if you're gonna do something for fans, it's a different way to make a film than something that you're doing for yourself to say something, have a message, and put all your intention into it instead of just making it for fans. I learned a lot about that because the story didn't connect in the way because it didn't really connect with me, so it didn't connect with the audience at the same time because I wasn't making it intentionally for something that came somewhere within myself. Also, a lot of things that we did filmmaking wise, technical wise, we bit off a lot more than we could chew. And because they had like car scenes. So we had to have the camera on the car, which took hours to do. And just a lot of lessons that we took away from that in our darkest moment, as we call it, that short. But I love that short, but I learned a lot of what not to do on that short. And that's something that I think everybody should do is just make something and learn from it. Even if they don't like it, just you can learn a lot by just making something, anything.
And the Cramps is premiering a Fantastic Fest. I know it hasn't premiered yet, but have you got any sort of response from people? I'm sure you showed it to a few people. What kind of response have you got on this?
Oh, it's been nothing but amazing responses. And the fact that we're in Fantastic Fest says so much because that's our dream festival, and to have our world premiere, me and my team are so thankful. We're so grateful to be a part of it. So that just says a lot right there of the responses and just being able to have our world premiere for our first feature film in this festival is we're freaking honored.
Do you got any sort of plans after that? Because I could see this be like something like a Rocky Horror or a Hairspray where you just tour it and people just go nuts over it.
I would like to do something with the beauty salon and have that world like extended for sure. I have another feature in development for sure, which is called Blood, Guts, and the Sluts. And that's gonna be like
I mean,
it's gonna be a really cool 1980s aesthetic, like ambiguous aesthetic that I truly love the 80s and I want to go back to it. So I'm gonna visit that in this one for sure.
we'll definitely have to come back for that because I'm ready. But I guess we'll leave on this. I just want to get a movie recommendation from you. I mean, you already talked about some of your influences, but a movie that's like this movie's real good and no one talks about.
That one of my favorite movies, actually, it's not even a horror movie. It's a very indie film by a Portland director, James Westby, called Rid of Me. It was made in, I think, 2011, and nobody has ever seen this movie. It's a gem. It's a hidden gem, and it's a comfort movie for me. And it's just a wonderful coming of age as an adult movie. It's really cool. It's done very differently than other movies, and I couldn't recommend it more. So yeah, Rid of Me.
Nice. Well, thanks for joining me. Also, actually, before I let you go, I'm just watching this. There's a filmmaker I really interested in, Mandico, did Wild Boys, After Blue, and just recently she was Conan. But watching this movie, I think you would dig their style. So there's one for you. So there's your homework. But
Thank you so much.
Brooke, yeah, thank you for joining me. Congratulations on the movie, and can't wait for this one to hit. Just can't wait for this to like hit the public and see how they react to it. Because I feel like this is one where some people are gonna be like, be turned off by it, and other people are like, ooh, more. I love this. Which is kind of what you want for a movie like this. Just like the people that love it are really rabid about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, thanks, Brooke.
Thank you, Eric.